Good afternoon, and welcome to our St. Paul's afternoon Christmas concert. We know it's not the Christmas season yet necessarily, but this is kind of our pre-Christmas celebration. It's been a very, very long year. I think we can all agree that 2020 has been massively interesting, to say the least. But we hope that you have enjoyed what we have done this year with our online worship, with being there as much as we can, even though we've been apart. And this is kind of our last big gift to you for 2020. We'll be doing a lot more in the coming year, and we hope that you'll stay with us. We hope that you enjoyed what we've done so far, and we hope you enjoy this afternoon. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. So this afternoon we're going to do some traditional songs and some newer songs that some of you may know, some that you may not know, and hopefully some that you might love enough that they become your favorites. After we do this Facebook Live, we're going to put this up on YouTube so anybody who missed it can see it then, and hopefully it'll put them in a jolly holiday spirit.
We're also following along on the phone, so if you see me checking, it's not me being rude, it's just double checking that there's no sound issues or anything like that, because you never know in the live world of technology.
We've all tried to become experts in it. Sometimes we've succeeded. Most times we have not. All right, without further ado. sing, all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God, all glory in the highest. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Hey, Lord, we greet thee, born this happy morning. Jesus, to thee be all glory here. Word of the Father, now in flesh appearing. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Our next song is all going to be Liz by herself singing an Appalachian tune that I learned from listening to Peter, Paul, and Mary way back, and I still force all of my kindergartners to watch the Peter, Paul, and Mary Christmas concert every year, because I think it's important that we keep Peter, Paul, and Mary alive.
Well, and along with Muppets Christmas Carol, it's kind of our Christmas tradition that we watch that when all of the church services and everything are done too.
Every year. So here is I Wonder as I Wander.
I wander as I wander out under the sky, how Jesus, our Savior, did come for to die, for poor ordinary people like you and like I wonder as I wander out under the sky. When Mary birthed Jesus, 'twas in a cow stall, with wise men and farmers and shepherds and all. But high from God's heaven a star's light did fall, and the promise of ages it then did recall. If Jesus had wanted for anything, a star in the sky or a bird on the wing, or all of God's angels in heaven to sing, he surely would have it, 'cause he was the King. I wonder as I wander out under the sky, how Jesus, the Savior, did come for to die, for poor ordinary people like you and like I wonder as I wander out under the sky.
I love that song. Thank you, Liz, for doing that for us. And thank you. We saw Nancy Schmenti comment. Thank you. We saw Amanda Woomer comment. So thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. Liz, where's the other book?
Wherever you put it.
I'm very organized, let me tell you. So we're going to go into a few more traditional ones since we had that one. Feel free to sing along at home. I mean, that's one of the best parts about Christmas, and that's one of the hardest parts, I think, for us with the pandemic is we love singing together with bunches of people, and it's kind of a hard thing to do right now. So our next song is definitely one of my favorite Christmas songs to end on because of so many of the Glorias, but we know you know it. Angels We Have Heard on High. We also saw a comment from Pat Pike and Brenda Cross, so we're glad you guys are definitely enjoying this. We want to take a minute, though, with all of the joyous music, to just acknowledge that for some people, this is a very hard time of year. People who have dealt with loss around the holidays or celebrating a loved one who may not be here. And it's a hard time sometimes, Christmas. It's a joyous time, but it's a hard time. And this next song is a favorite of mine from John Denver and the Muppets. And it's about having a child and the magic that Christmas can bring with children, but also acknowledging that sometimes as you grow older, you begin to see those sadder parts of Christmas, and to just acknowledge those feelings at this time. So this one especially goes out to my family, and especially the Woomers, who I know are having a harder time today. So this is A Baby Like You.
Season is upon us now, a time for gifts and giving. And as the year draws to a close, I think about my living. The Christmas time when I was young, magic and the wonder, the colors dull and candles dim, and dark my standing under. Oh, little angel, shining light, you've set my soul to dreaming. You've given back my joy It's just a wish, a dream I'm told from days when I was young. Merry Christmas, little Toby. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Sorry and Toby. Merry Christmas, everyone.
We love you all, and that one does especially go out to my other family, the Woomers. We're going to make it move to a little bit more of a joyous song, and this one is definitely Liz's absolute favorite for I don't know why. But-
Traditional carol-wise, I just always love this one.
So here is the first Noel.
The first Noel, the angel did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel.
They looked up and saw a star shining in the east beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. And by the light of that same star, 3 wise men came from country far to seek for a king. Was their intent, and to follow that star wherever it went. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. His star drew nigh to the northwest, over Bethlehem it took its rest, and there it did most stop and stay, right over the place where Jesus lay. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel.
I think that's why it's my favorite.
It's one of those chances where I actually get to use some of that operatic training that I had to go through school for. So this is another one. This one more comes from the Muppets Christmas Carol, or at least that's where I first heard the song. It doesn't really come from it. But this is Good King Wenceslas. Wenceslas. Liz often insists on saying Wenceslas, but it's Wenceslas.
Well, when it's a folk song, people pick up on different, dialects.
It's Wenceslas, dear, get over it. And Good King Wenceslas is a great song, and it's about a king somewhere in Eastern Europe. I can't remember the exact country, but basically he was so kind and so good that he went to take care of the homeless, and he was going through a raging snowstorm, and his page was coming to bring food for the homeless behind him. And as the king walked by, the kindness and warmth of his heart melted the snow so that the page could bring the food, and the hungry did not go hungry for that Christmas. So I always love this song, and it's cute and it's fast and it's just lovely. I hope you enjoy it.
Good King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. Brightly shone the moon that night, though the frost was cruel, when a poor man came in sight, gathering winter fuel.
Hear that page and stand by me, if thou know'st its telling. Yonder peasant who is he, where and what is dwelling? Sire, he lives so goodly hence, underneath the mountain, right against the poorest fence, by St. Agnes' fountain.
Bring me flesh and bring me wine, bring me pine logs hither. Thou and I will see him dine, when we bear them thither. Page and monarch, forth they went together, through the rude wind's wild lament and the bitter weather.
In his master's steps he trod, where the snow lay tinted. Heat was in the very sun, which the saint had printed. Therefore Christian men rejoice, wealth or rank possessing. He who now shall bless the poor, shall yourself find blessing.
That's one of the things I love so much about Christmas. It's just such a cute time, and seeing kids wonder, it's so amazing for children, for adults, that hearkening back to the time when you were young, which is why I think this next song has always been one of my favorite Christmas songs of all time. And it's so short, and it's so tiny, and yet it's so genuinely pure. And I hope you love this song as much as I do. And if you don't, well, tough, get over it.
I'm gonna let you take the melody the whole time on this one.
Jolly old Saint Nicholas, lean your ear this way. Don't you tell a single soul what I'm going to say. Christmas Eve is coming soon, now you dear old man. Whisper what you'll bring to me, tell me if you can. When the clock is striking 12, when I'm fast asleep, down the chimney broad and back, with your sack you'll creep. All the stockings you will find hanging in a row. Mine will be the shortest one, you'll be sure to know. Johnny wants a pair of skates, Susie wants a dolly, Nellie wants a storybook, she thinks dolls are folly. As for me, my Santa Claus, you can choose what's best. Choose for me, dear Santa Claus, what you think is right. Jolly old Saint Nicholas, lean your ear
So funny thing about folk songs having different dialects, sometimes you pick up on different verses.
Well, in different words. They kind of all go together at some point. All right, here is, we're going to do only a handful more songs. We're not going to, 3 more songs. Maybe 4. You can talk me into doing so many. And we haven't had a lot of chance to do Christmas music this year. Usually it's filled with concerts and everything. But if you want to take one of the positive parts of this holiday season, and I know it's hard to find something positive with everything that's going on, but you have to. You have to look for that silver lining, and I guess one of the, we're being told do 4, so we'll do 4. But one of the silver linings of it is maybe this year having that simpler Christmas where we're a little more together with family and finding those sparks together maybe is a nice thing, a good thing, and a positive thing that we can take from this. So here is one of the most beloved French songs, and I didn't know this, but this song, O Holy Night, is actually also an abolitionist song.
Oh.
And one of the verses talks about allowing slaves to be our brothers, and I think in this time in particular, what a thing that we can hear, what a positive thing that we can hear. So here's O Holy Night.
O holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of dear Savior's birth. Long may the world in sin and error pining till He appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, a weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices. O night divine, O night when Christ was born. O night divine, O night divine. Truly He taught us to love
lovely.
Definitely one for the ages, and hearing that about how it was attached to the abolitionist movement, anti-slavery movement, really definitely adds a whole nother layer to that song.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that verse at all.
No, I
Very
love
nice.
it. I love it. Okay, now we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Now it's 4 more. I added 1 in there because there's definitely another one that we have to do. But this one Liz is going to take, and this one is written for anyone from age to,
1 to 92.
yes,
But
but
I
we
will
know,
allow wiggle room on the end.
it's for every person of all ages, and you know it well.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you.
And Merry Christmas to all of you. So, here is our third to last song.
Not second to last.
No, third to last.
I'm excited
Wait.
to find out what the other song is that we're singing.
I do this to her all the time, just so you know. This is actually how every time we do a concert, you may see it look very calm on the surface, but she's holding on for dear life. Like, that's our entire relationship. She's gonna find out though, and she'll love it. It's
Okay.
lovely.
I hope I've heard it before.
I do too. Another wish from us to you.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away.
Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore.
Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us
how meaningful are those lyrics, especially this year.
Yeah, as we gather, faithful ones who are dear to us, gather near to us on Zoom. On Zoom. But you know what? The positive news with the vaccines happening and everything else does mean that we should be able to be together by next year. And what a lovely, lovely thought that is, and how much more meaningful will it be. So we keep that in mind. And with that, we are going to do our second to last song, a song that has come to